So obviously leading into other sports now, and we can't look past the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, fantastic event. Yeah.
So I find myself watching the most bizarre sports I know absolutely nothing about. How good is big air? I love it.
Yeah, big air's great.
Throw yourself down a mountain as quick as possible, do as many tricks in a short amount of time, and then try and hold on for the rest of it. The girl from ours, she like flipped round and like landed on her face, and I was just like, ooh.
And then get back up and do it again.
Picture on Twitter was quality. She like took her goggles off, and it was like purple all the way around. It's just like, why would you want to go again?
They just.
How do you train for that? Into like ball pits and
into
stuff.
foam pits and stuff, and there's always got to be a transition though. However many times you land it in a foam pit, the first time you then go to snow, it's
that really hurts. That stuff.
Yeah. But it's not only that, but we've got the Para Winter Olympics
going
on now.
Yeah.
And I was reading an article earlier on, this guy talking about doing the downhill blind at 75 miles an hour. I was thinking, whoa, that's a leap of faith going down the downhill blind.
You've got to trust your guide at that point.
And that's what's great about the whole Olympic movement now, is that hopefully the Paralympics is just bolted on. It's just part of it. It's part of the whole festival. It carries straight on. Obviously they need to make some amendments to courses and whatnot to accommodate some of the disabilities, but it isn't like, here's the Olympics, right, that's done, okay, they're going to do a few events and move on. Actually it's a massive thing.
It is, and so it should be.
Exactly.
Like,
these people
have to train
just as hard.
Well, in some cases harder.
Yeah.
I would have said, like, it takes more skill at times to do the disciplines they're doing with the disabilities they've got.
And it's the mental skill, isn't
it?
Yeah. Some of the mental challenges they've got to overcome, which is even more impressive.
Even just to get back to, like, I see the advert of the guy saying there's nothing you can't achieve, and like it showed him like learning to re-walk and stand up and all of this, and now he's like skiing down the side of a mountain. You're just like,
fair play,
well done.
But we did get 5 medals.
Yeah, we did.
Our biggest
best ever.
We got 4 medals in 1924, and that was our previous best. Really? That was it.
We obviously had a lot of snow the year before.
It just went 1924.
1923, worst winter in history.
Snowball fight was a gold medal.
I think we won ice hockey as well that year.
Really?
Yeah, I think we have a gold medal in ice hockey. Well, quote me if I'm wrong, and if I am wrong, someone will comment.
Scandinavians kind of turned up
that time. I was mystified that Germany were in the final for that.
Well, because the reason behind
just
that,
imagined it would be the States.
Well, no. So the NHL wouldn't release any of their athletes.
No.
So obviously most of the pro athletes are in the NHL. So basically the US put across a college team.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it was only the Russians that had a few.
Well, the Russians had a few, but there was only a certain few that were actually eligible, weren't they? Because of obviously everything that was going on with Russia anyway.
Yeah.
Which was just the fact that some of the neutral athletes still then got banned afterwards is that's just beyond
questionable.
It's just hopefully they get that sorted, but there you go. But so gold medal in skeleton, brilliant, brilliant. She was fantastic, and the young girl,
bronze,
and the young girl coming third as well. Really, we were saying before, we just got so into the skeleton. It's fantastic. And this is like 1/100th of a second, and
the insanity of it.
That is proper scary.
We won a bronze in the men's as well, right?
Won a bronze in the men's. Dom Parsons won a bronze in the men's as well. So
going down fast on a tea tray,
head first.
And I do like the look of the curling.
Yeah, curling builds, doesn't it?
I think that appeals to me because it's a bit like putting.
Do you think
it's like weight and distance control.
I think it's also very much, it's very strategic, it's very much like cricket. You can make a very slight mistake which then just catapults the whole thing down. And it builds. It's not like they have 8 stones, don't they? Yeah. And literally the first 5 or 6 don't really count for anything. But if you get any of those wrong, then you're proper in the deep. Yeah. And it's just like...
Well, I can't remember if it was the women or the men, I forget, but we were really close in one of the, I think it was the round just before the semi-finals, and I'm pretty sure it was the men actually, and he just did a bad stone, and we ended up losing 5-0 on that particular end, which just blew us out, and then which meant we didn't get to the semi-final. But it's fascinating. Just
we had in the women's, they had the stone where it was the last stone, and we were 1 down or whatever, and we had the shot, and she's done. She played the shot as she wanted to, but she just touched it off, and she'd never done it in the whole of her career. And the stone goes down with the red light on, doesn't count, and it's just like, when you saw the replay, you're like, I couldn't see that.
No, well, that's the thing. So apparently they did the replay and they slow-moed it and everything else, and they wouldn't video.
But the angles were all kind of, because obviously they're side on when they let go, they can't actually have a camera along them. It's just like, on such small margins, But that's sport. That is sport.
Our medals won and lost.
Exactly. Okay, so cricket.
Yes, so the one-day international series in New Zealand has been fantastic. Ben Stokes back on the park, doing what he does best on the right end of the paper. Well, obviously the right end because you always read it back to front, so that's obvious. So he's back playing, performing okay, not too bad, bowling better than he's batting at the minute, but that's pretty much as a cricketer you would expect him to do that way round. Jason Roy, Johnny Bairstow, absolutely incredible, and Joe Root just ploughs on as Joe Root does. However, Ross Taylor, take a bow, sir.
Yes, the doff my cap.
He has been amazing. He got 181, if you haven't seen it, 181 not out to win the 4th one-day international, and it was just incredible. He just kept hitting it further and further out of the ground. The first couple sort of just got out of the ground. The one he hit over like wide mid-on was just ridiculous. Yeah.
It's just savage, isn't it? So,
absolutely.
It's 2-2?
Yes, it's 2-2.
Decided
tonight.
So, by the time you watch this, you'll know the result. Predictions?
England win.
Yeah, agreed.
I reckon New Zealand are going to do it. I said New Zealand before. I said we were going to win the test.
Before the one-day international series, I knew Ross Taylor was going to be good. That Colin Monroe was just in unbelievable form. We just don't need to cop him for very long because he does score quick.
Yeah. And that's it. Because it is quite a short format, they can just get on a run and.
But it's ridiculous how the game's moved on because England in the last game got 333 or whatever. Yeah. And if you'd have got 333 10 years ago,
you're right.
Literally, the other team wouldn't have bothered going out.
Yeah.
But now they're saying, we're about 50 short. Sorry, 50 short?
Yeah.
Like, everybody's just pushing for 450 overs. It's just ridiculous.
Did you hear what Flintoff said the other day? He said something really interesting on his podcast. Was he reckons cricket is the most evolved sport in the last 10 years out of all major sports, just with the introduction of T20 and the different skills and the different ways of playing the game.
Just the way it's changed.
And you'll see that in the last game, Tom Curran comes out at 10 and gets 22 off 10, lapping it over his head, and he's scooping it, and he's an opening bowler. You can't be a one-dimensional cricketer anymore.
No, you can't.
No.
It doesn't. You're a batsman or a bowler. It doesn't exist
anymore.
Poor
Angus Fraser must be turning in his.
Toiled away from about 400 overs from one end at Lords.
So another thing that was very, very entertaining: Super Bowl.
Yes.
Over to these boys. I haven't got a clue what happened.
I stayed up. I stayed up all night, and I'm a Patriots fan, so it was a
bit sweet for you, wasn't it?
But what a game!
It was just phenomenal.
Insane.
It was just amazing. I mean, it started off and it just kept going and going and going. You thought in a minute it's going to get boring. In a minute it's going to get it's really, really late at night for us, like properly late at night.
Well, by the time it finished, I mean we were messaging you. It was nearly 4.
Yeah.
I texted you and then I got to a certain point. I got in the morning and looked. Adam's obviously gone to sleep. That was me. I was just like, I don't get it. It's mildly entertaining for a while because I don't get what's going on properly. I still get to the point where I'm like, it's all right, but I'm going to sleep now.
I couldn't believe Foles.
Yeah.
I know we saw against the Vikings that he played well, but
to stand up on that stage and just to deliver, just to go toe to toe with him,
bang again and again. And I think the Patriots, Mr. Trett, there's clearly there's something going on behind closed doors with Butler not playing and Branch wasn't playing. There's obviously something awry.
Sounds like an excuse coming from the Patriots fan.
Yeah, but it was interesting that they ended up, the Patriots, for me, they ended up looking one-dimensional. It was Gronkowski, where is he? He's over there. And it was just like...
But they didn't throw to him in the first half.
No, but then they felt they had to because nothing else was working. And it's just... I know you don't care.
It's nice to tell Garv, isn't it?
It was ignorance is bliss.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
And even Justin Timberlake was decent in the halftime show. And I'm not a massive
Justin
Timberlake fan at all, but that was decent. So Super Bowl, brilliant. I don't get into many other American sports particularly. I love basketball. I love playing basketball, but I can't get into the NBA anymore.
All I'll say is March Madness is coming up. And that's always a great. It's always supposed to be a great tournament. I paid attention to it for the first time last year, and I had my alum. It's not my alum, but I support Michigan because that's where my cousin went to university.
Okay.
So and they've got a half decent basketball team. So I'm rooting that Michigan will do all right. They've just won the Big Ten championship.
Right.
I don't know if that's good or not. But.
There you go.
If you don't
know whether it's good or not, we definitely don't.
Well, what I do know is college basketball is going through it at the minute because apparently they're paying for their athletes and all sorts.
Wow,
it's all looking very dodgy. Some of the bigger programs, but
like
what I was going to say.
So speaking of dodgy, we better have a quick mention about cycling.
Yes,
they're all dodgy, aren't they?
It's just
so depressing.
It's so depressing.
The only
just
thing I
because
don't agree with is these people coming out this week saying, take his knighthood away. He hasn't done anything yet.
Exactly.
But the thing is, he's
throwing him on the sword already.
You can't say that about him.
He's not done anything wrong because he's done everything by the guidelines that are set out by UCI. What I just hate is this immediate vilification.
Yeah.
Straight away. It's just, can we just get to the bottom of the facts before we start making judgments?
The only thing I found, and I don't know all of the facts but Team Sky always go through this thing of we're looking for marginal gains, we're looking for this, no stone goes unturned. Apart from there's no medical records kept of anybody. So for a team that's so diligent in the way they prepare and the way they do this and the way they do that, to not have any medical records doesn't look good, does it?
No.
Especially in a sport that's not had the best of past.
Not the best of past. The best of presents either.
Mr. Armstrong slightly tainted that one a little bit.
That's always the problem, that because of the media scrutiny on these teams in cycling, they have to come out and publicly say, no, we're not into anything, and then as soon as just the tiniest little bit of dirt comes on it, all of that spiel just becomes not just noise, doesn't it? And it's a shame. But they shouldn't have to prove themselves. They should just be. These are the tests. If you pass the tests, get on with it.
Which is like.
And once the event's finished,
sport,
it's very, very difficult unless you do something like Armstrong, where you clearly had a systematic program of it. Yeah. Then you take it all away. Other than that, then it's difficult after the event's passed. Yeah, it is. Yeah. And like we were saying again before we set the films to record, this asthma does come on. Yeah. When they get to altitude, when they do get to these higher, and they do push themselves as hard as they do, whatever drugs they may or may not have taken, they still push their bodies in these events to ridiculous levels. Yeah. They're going to get these issues. But it was when he was in the Alps as well. It was when he was in the Alps, and he was right at the end of that tour. So
and the bit I don't get about cycling, and everybody's going to be shouting at this now. I don't get the fact that Chris Froome, Bradley Wiggins, whoever it is, wins the Tour de France. I don't get that.
But they share the money, don't they?
But it's why does he get put up in lights?
Because
everybody else has worked as hard, and at times a damn sight harder.
But they haven't for the whole race.
Yeah. No.
And that's it. They will drop off, and they won't. They have to finish the stage, obviously, but they won't finish anywhere near. They'll be minutes and minutes behind. But I agree that the team gets something, but the other members of the team. But that's why they build their way up, don't they? Chris Froome, the year Wiggins won it. Chris Froome could easily have won it. Easily have won it. He was
called back, wasn't he, a couple of times. Yeah.
He could have, And to be fair to him, he stuck to his team orders because he knew in 2-3 years' time that he'll get his chance.
So talking of team orders, F1.
Okay, yeah.
Nice segue.
Smooth. Just
transition.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Professional YouTuber.
Sky.
Yeah. That's your wheelhouse, F1. I do enjoy F1. I've got family members that are really into it, and to be fair, I can watch the start, and if I get into it, I'm there. The 2 hours I'm on it.
If there's some overtaking.
This is bizarre though. This is the only sport in my household that she's happy to watch.
There you go.
Yeah.
Watches F1.
Good.
Start to finish.
That's fine. Excellent Sunday afternoon fun.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, out of all the things, cars going around the track was not the one I thought she was going to go, this is all right.
Yeah, I'll take this one.
So, who are we looking out for?
not Alonso and that Mercedes.
No.
No, McLaren. Sorry, Mercedes are good.
Yeah, they'll be good.
That McLaren has broken down twice out of the 3 testing days they've had in the middle of the track.
It's not great. So, halo system.
Yeah.
We're talking about the bar before we came on air.
Yeah.
What's everybody's take on that? If somebody put a bar in front of you,
when you're driving,
it's
got to put you off it. What I don't get is that if you're getting into a tight overtaking position, then surely that's got to be in your radar a little bit.
How much do their heads move in the cockpit?
Quite a lot.
Quite a lot.
Bounces around.
So if their heads were dead still, then you could live with it. But like you say,
or would you use it? Because they used to have the lineup being on the end of the nose. Are they using it to line the car up?
Yeah, maybe.
Potentially. It's a bit of a sight.
I think that's such an instinctive sport because everything happens so quickly. That probably doesn't even enter there. They probably think it's so much past that. A bit like what we were saying earlier. Like if you put a cricket helmet on, the top bar of the rung on the grill really, when you first put it on, really sits in your way. But after a while, you just learn to look straight past it. You don't even notice that it's there. And the cars aren't. It's not like the cars are small and coming towards them.
No, and they look
big and going away.
They look a whole lot bigger this year. The front ends look a lot bigger from front on.
They do.
But I think anything that's moving safety forwards has got to be, because you just do not want, like what happened to Massa. I know that was a bit of a freak, but you don't want any opportunity for these things to happen.
No, so those freak accidents do happen, that they're as best protected as they can be.
Yeah. And the same with going back into NFL again. Everything that goes on with the safety in that. That's quite a sensitive issue at the moment. But who's going to win them? Who's going to be the teams to look to? Obviously, you're saying Mercedes.
I think Ferrari are going to be quick.
Because Ferrari haven't been amazing the last few years. Is that right?
They were better last year.
They
were closer last year. I think it will be tight between Mercedes and Ferrari. I'll be interested to see what Red Bull does. Because they started to make some really good traction towards the back end of the season. I know some of those tracks actually at the back end of the calendar year favour them. But.
Yeah, and it would go down to how reliable everything is. Mercedes last year was just ridiculous.
Are they still very limited on how many gearboxes, how many engines, how many all of this that they can change?
So which is good, and I like the way it's getting closer and closer together. So it does come down a little bit more to driver skill.
I think that's a shame. That's the worst thing about it, is that you've got the two, maybe 3 teams at the top, and then the rest of them, they're scrapping away for 2 points. And
it's when they go, he's had a great year, and he's picked up 8 points.
Yeah,
and it's like
12 points.
But he's finished 6th overall in the championship. Something like that. Some top teams have got 50 points each, and he's got 8.
Why do we say that? I suppose football's the same. Premier League.
Well, but and that's why we're lucky in golf that the RNA and the USGA do try and retain the skill. They do try what they can to retain. And I think all sports do essentially try and put it in the hands of the athletes as best they can.
Yeah. And I think anything that they change in F1 tends to be sort of tested a lot beforehand. So the aerodynamics are tested, the performance is tested to try and get everybody on as even a playing field as they can.
And the teams like Ferrari, who maybe, let's say, for the last 4 or 5 years haven't looked that good, they know that, okay, well, we're working towards 2018 or we're working towards 2019, and that's just how it goes, isn't it? They're already going to be looking to what the car's going to have to do.
It's no different to Man United having an amazing team for a little while, and then loads of people retiring, and then that team going in there
to rebuild again,
just doing again. So all sports looking very, very good.
On that note, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Let us know below if you did enjoy this style of video. We enjoy making it, obviously. Nice to have a chat about different things, and we're going to continue to make them all through the year for you guys.
Definitely. So guys, if you haven't done, there will be a subscribe button in the middle of the screen. If you could hit that for us, that'd be great. That'll get you all of our content free of charge. And there will be a bell icon as well. If you hit that, then you get it straight into your inbox.
Exactly. So once again, as always, thanks to Ben for joining us, and we shall see you very soon.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around to this point. If you haven't subscribed, then you won't be in KO 10K.
Yeah, so we're going to be giving away prizes at various intervals between where we are now and 10,000 subscribers.
So if you haven't done it, get on it now.